And for our first video, we're going to look at the very famous Tamil worship song, Sthothiram Yesu Naadha. Now, I would expect that you already know the song and that you already know how to play it. For example, I'm currently playing in D major, and I'm pretty sure you already know the chords. Now, if you do not know how to play, or if you're looking to see how to learn to play, I'm afraid this tutorial is probably not going to be your best help. And I'm pretty sure there are other videos on YouTube that would help you, though I would recommend that you actually learn from a dedicated music tutor, sort of like I did. Now, what I want to teach with this particular video is the similarities or dissimilarities in a typical church setting. Give me a moment to explain what I'm on about. What I'm talking about is that a church pastor or a worship leader expects something from a musician. The congregation expects something that could be slightly similar or different from the musician, and another musician who is probably listening to you or watching you play, would expect something else. So what I'm trying to do, in fact, is to give you a better understanding of how to handle all these different kinds of people, because believe it or not, you are the liaison between the church pastor or the worship leader and the congregation. So with that in mind, what do you think is the most important thing for a musician? I would say this is timing. What is timing? You are looking at what speed you are playing at, and a typical song, unless of course you are listening to progressive music, is almost always going to have a stable, constant timing. For example, if you take this song and you go with a click track, it will sound like this. Since this is waltz, it would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you see what I'm on about. The reason I'm talking about all this is because in a typical regional or a Tamil church setting, you only have one keyboardist or at the most two keyboardists, sometimes three. Generally there is no guitar player, generally there is no bassist, but there's almost always a person playing pads, not usually an electronic drum kit, though this is becoming quite common these days. You have somebody playing the pads. If you have nobody playing the pads, people generally go with something very simple. We go for an auto accompaniment keyboard, and we generate sounds or generate beats on the keyboard sort of like this. So you would end up playing like. So you get the idea. Now, apart from timing, what else do you think is very important? Obviously, if you are playing a song, and this song being a very familiar song, every single person knows the tune. They know the song goes like this. Sthothiram Yesu Naadha, Umakendram Sthothiram Yesu Naadha. So you can't play a different chord. For example, the song, if I start the song like this, Sthothiram Yesu Naadha, this sounds correct, and Sthothiram Yesu Naadha, this does not sound correct. So this is what I'm trying to talk to you about in terms of how accurate the chord progression is. Now, understandably, if you are playing drums, you're not going to worry about the chord progression, and you're going to think more about how precisely your note hits and at what time your note hits. Surely, maybe at some point in the future, we can think about a drum tutorial, but for now, we'll stick with keyboards. Now, once you cross these things, these two attempts, the timing and your accuracy, what exactly are we looking at? Your church pastor or your worship leader may expect something else from you. He may look for a different sound depending on how he likes to sing it. So this is my preferred tone for my church, which goes like this. Now I know for a fact that my father, who is a pastor, would prefer something a lot gentler. So sometimes it goes like this. Can you see the difference? Now most churches these days sort of prefer only the piano tone. So if you want only the piano, you sort of end up with something like this. Now that had a pad added to it to just give it a better sense of reverb basically. Now I've given you another idea. So if you're looking beyond your chords and your timing, you're looking at also the kind of sounds you're using. Now in addition to all this, what if you have musicians present in your church who are looking at you? So in such a case, they would look for something that is more similar to dynamics, how gently you play, how hard you play, what is the difference. So if I were to not play according to a sense of dynamics, it would sort of sound like this. This is with a fixed velocity curve. Now if I set it up to how I normally do it, it sounds like this. This is more pronounced, I understand, with some other sounds. So this is for a musician. Now what about the congregation? Now in this case, most of them know the words of the song and they know how this particular song is sung. So they would only listen to, if you think about it, to the melody section of this particular song, which goes like this. They understand this. So as a keyboardist, if you are not giving them the exact note, they're going to find it difficult to sing something, probably not with a familiar song, but they will always find it difficult with a song they do not know. So in such a case, you would end up looking for something called voice leading, which is something that Jordan Rudess talks about. And it goes like this: if you are singing in a higher register, you would end up using some note from there. Sthothiram Yesu Naadha, Sthothiram Yesu Naadha. The second line is very low. Sthothiram At this point, if you sing or if you play if you go higher at a point where everyone is singing lower, it doesn't sound as nice. So what we are looking at really is trying to make this song sound as professionally beautiful, as elegant as possible. So that is what I am trying to look for in this video. Now I know you may all have different ways of playing this song, and I understand there is no set way. At the same time, if you want to pull your church over to the next level, if you want to make it sound as good as it can be, all these ideas can help you get that little bit better, get more of the audience enjoying the song as the songs go. Your pastor may begin to notice a difference. Worship is going to be better. Church musicians are going to come in. Other musicians who actually been coming to the church are going to want to be part of your music team. So pretty soon you may actually get the guitarist, the bass guitarist, and the drummer that your church needs. Think about it. There are several ways in which a simple worship experience can be elevated. And I know a lot of Christians are going to tell you, you know what, this is not required. A simple something, use whatever talents you have. I would give you the example that my bassist told me when I started playing in NLAG Hyderabad. He said, music is your offering if you're a musician. Now, Abel came with the very best of his flock. He took the fatted calf and gave it as an offering to God. Think about it. Think about this music, learning something new, something interesting. Learning dynamics, learning to play as perfectly, as impeccably according to timing as possible. Coming up with new sounds, new tones that make the church sound even nicer, even bigger. think about us all of these as a means to improve the worship experience for not just you, but for the pastor and for the congregation. Because if all of you are together, the experience is going to be wonderful and angels are going to be enjoying themselves here in your church. So can we go to the full song? Now this song is very simple, so you only have the verse is basically repeated again and again and again, even through all the stanzas. So the first, I'm going to play only one verse for you, and I'm playing in D major, so it goes like this. Sthothiram Yesu Naadha, Sthothiram Yesu Naadha, C, D, E sharp, G, B minor, B minor, E minor, D, A, D. Sthothiram Thank you for watching this video. I had a great time trying to put this video together. I hope you have a great time playing the song, trying different things, trying different variations, checking out how to play without the auto accompaniment section, or with the metronome, without the metronome, fast or slow. Let us know how it went off in your church. Do let me know if this made a difference in your church or in any personal video or anything like that. If you have any questions, do add it in the comment section. This is my first video and I can tell you there's more coming. So do let me know what more you want from me. I would love to help.